Hi everyone, how is everyone doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Tina. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you stick around. Today I want to share with you guys how I made this cute little shadow box. Mine, of course, had to have a gnome in it, but if you're not a fan of gnomes, you can put anything in here. You can put snowman, you can make a kind of like a Christmas scene. And this was so much fun and so easy to put together. Of course, you can jazz it up with some lights. Everything here is either from Dollar Tree or Dollarama. For the shadow box, I took one of these Dollar Tree decor piece that's shaped like a house. And these came out in the summer. If your store doesn't carry them, my store still has them. If your store doesn't carry them, they still have these houses that they're selling. In the background, I just put little paint and I used cardstock. And over here, I used bark that I picked up from Dollar Tree. This came in a bag and I love this. And then if you don't have access to bark, you can just put moss, which I'm going to use. In the background, of course, you can use anything you want. I just painted a couple of houses. This pack I bought from Dollarama. So I painted a couple of houses and I glued them in there. And for the gnome, I use this Santa. But if you don't have Dollarama, I'm going to show you how you can make tiny little gnomes with just wood pieces. They are so easy to make. And of course you're gonna need I have mop here for the beard. You can use yarn if you want. I have pom-pom for the nose, and you're gonna need some kind of fabric for their hat. I used mitten finger here, I used felt here, so it's totally up to you. As for decoration, again, is totally up to you. And lastly, the snow that I put on here, I let it dry overnight. I just posted a video on how to make this faux snow, so I'm gonna link it down below. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this guy and I'm gonna give this just a coat of paint from inside, and then I'm gonna do the same with the outside. Only once I put the paint on, I'm gonna take my wipe and just wipe it down so it gives that washed up look. While that's drying, I'm gonna work on my gnome. And as you can see here, I used this wooden Santa and made the gnome. And if you're in Canada, these are at Dollarama. But if you don't have access to those wooden pieces, I'm gonna show you how I made these. And I took one of these Dollar Tree wooden pieces. I cut it in half with this saw. And just make sure they stand up. Beard, I'm gonna take this Dollar Tree mop and I'm just gonna cut 2 pieces, just eyeballing it. I'm gonna take them apart, pull them apart, and I'm only gonna need 6 pieces here. You can make them as full as you want. I'm gonna take one of these tiny little elastics, tie the top, and I'm not worried about the length because I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna stick it right here. I'm gonna glue it down. I'm gonna put glue and just glue that down right there. Now I'm not gonna need this twirled up piece, so I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna take one of my pom-poms. If you have skin colored pom-poms, then you have to skip this. You can skip this part, but I brought in my antique linen and I'm just gonna roll it in just so that I can have that skin color. Now this nose is gonna go right there. So I'm gonna put glue. Oh, my glue is too hot. And I'm gonna stick this down. Just like that. So I can come back now and trim my beard. And for the hat, any scrap that you have will do. I'm just gonna eyeball a piece here. You don't need much. And I'm just going to stick it on in the front first, around the nose. So I'm just gonna put glue here and stick that on there. Gonna bring it to the back. And I'm just gonna glue here first. And I'm just gonna cut around this like a triangle shape. And it depends how big you want your hat. I want to be able to flip it down, so I'm gonna leave a little bit long. So just like that, and I'm just gonna glue this up. I'm gonna start from down here and just bring this over and then just glue it up. Okay, I'm gonna bring this down here like this and I'm gonna glue it. this box is dry, I'm gonna trace it on this cardstock that I brought out so I can make the background. Now you can take this out and you can do it that way and glue it back. I'm too lazy, I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm just going to put it here. I'm gonna put glue. This is beacon glue that I'm gonna use. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my moss and some of these wood pieces that I have. And I'm going to stick some on the sides here. Fill the gaps where the bark met with some moss, and I'm gonna put moss on the bottom. We're gonna build our scene. So I took some of my wood pieces that I have in my stash. I took 2 houses, painted it white, and I backed it up with this light yellow paper. I also painted some snowflakes, wooden snowflakes. And I'm gonna use this cute deer that I have in my stash, but like I said, you can use anything. I have these miniature trees from Dollar Tree, and of course, we have our gnome. And the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of this faux snow that I made just randomly. And here it is. It turned out so cute. If you like this video, please give me thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, have an awesome day, you guys.